Dude, he's dirty on.
Built.
These are great. Hello everyone, welcome in. My name is Kai Zammit. I'm a director, cinematographer and writer based in the south of the UK. And today's video has been brought to us by the Patreon members, and we'll be checking out a video from Team Fortress 2 titled Meet the Team. Like normal on this channel, when we check out game movies and game trailers, I like to talk over the top of what we're watching, talk about all the filmmaking techniques that I can see that they're using in the cinematics and the gameplay as well. Do they make you feel a certain way when you're watching along? And why are these trailers so highly regarded? Well, hopefully by the end of this video, or as we watch along together, I'll be able to explain to you why you feel the way you do. And not only that, and this is my favourite part, I get to hang out with you guys as I experience Team Fortress 2 Meet the Team for the very first time. So with all that said and done, let's go, shall we? Play the tape.
All right.
Oh mate, we're straight in. Oh, that music kind of gives me like 70 vibes, like spy vibes.
Buddy, I'm an engineer. That means I solve problems. Not problems like what is beauty, because that would fall within the purview of your
Okay.
of philosophy. I solve practical problems.
Oh, is that the count of how many people he's killed?
How am I gonna stop some big mean Mother Hubbard from tearing me a structurally superfluous?
Look at him walking in his background. That framing.
The answer. Use a gun. If that don't work, use more gun.
Love that. Great use of silence in it.
Like this heavy caliber tripod mounted little old number designed by me.
Dude, he's dirty on.
Built.
These are great.
Not pointed at you.
Then the seriousness. That was fantastic. Already, I understand the theme of what they're trying to get across. I don't know if they're all going to be funny, but there's that very heavy use of comedy in there. What made it even more funny was the beats in there as he was playing and things were happening. Great dialogue, and he was still telling you exactly how serious he is as a character and his world, but the actual world building and the framing that they gave it all was just very comedic, and I really dig that. I thought that was great. Another thing that I really liked was the fact that being that it's a player on, he's an acoustic player, the camera was dollying in slightly, and then it sort of just went on sticks. But when he got really serious, do you see how tight that framing was? It was at ECU, an extreme close-up. It was here that I'm not pointing it at you, and it was here because he was breaking the fourth wall. Well, the whole time he was breaking the fourth wall. That's this lens here. But yeah, I just thought it was great, really nice. Lovely composition, really framing it well, so they want you to look up there, the bloke crawling in the background, and that's why they had him dirty framed leading up to there, so we're looking, they're telling us exactly where to look. Love the comedy vibes of it, but I wasn't expecting that arm. It was a bit of a juxtaposition. That arm came flapping in. I really hope they're all as funny as these, because yeah, already I'm absolutely loving it. It's got like an unusual graphics. Is that the, it's the artist. Oh, okay.
Sniping's a good job, mate.
Looks like my dad's.
Challenging work, out of doors. I guarantee you'll not go hungry, because at the
But he's
end
not
of the
Australian.
day, long as there's two people left on the planet, someone is going to want someone dead. Yeah, no, I'm not a crazed gunman, Dad. I'm an assassin. Well, the difference being one is a job.
Great foreground elements.
I'll be honest with you. My parents do not care for it.
Crash zooms.
I think his mate saw me. Yes, he did.
It's very got a spy vibe, isn't it? Oh, time lapse of him hunting.
Feelings? Look, mate, you know there's a lot of feelings. Blokes would bludgeon their wife to death with a golf trophy. Professionals have standards. Be polite.
Shaky camera when it's need to.
Have a plan to kill everyone you meet.
Okay.
Dad, put mum on a phone.
same sort of comedy vibe. They're using the score element there, the soundtrack, to really give us that spy. Well, granted, he was a sniper. The graphics of it, though, it's very stylized, isn't it? Like, it's not ugly, but at the same time, it was almost like their bodies are really large in certain areas. Like the hands. I think it's the hands that are very large. It's unusual, but it's a nice stylistic stamp that they've got, and I like that when they're keeping the continuity going with it. With the shooting itself, there was lots of crash zooms in there, and it was a lot of like speed, so transitional cuts, so the transition will come in like a car went past and then it will zoom in. They're playing in the comedy value. It's nice because they've always been the voice of God, aren't they, to a certain degree? They're talking to you and what they do, mixing it in with a little bit of their actual life. And that's great writing. That's why it makes it so funny, and the comedy's in there. And the best bit of that was the bloke getting shot with a sniper and him like freaking out like players would probably do. I really thought that was good. I'm really enjoying these. Oh, mate. He's the one that was on the other...
Heavy weapons guy. And this
is done like a documentary. See the little zooms.
150 kilograms and fires $200
documentary style
cartridges at 10,000 rounds per minute.
Ah, it's all done like a mockumentary, isn't it?
$400,000 to fire this weapon for 12 seconds.
Losing framing. Very organic.
Oh my God, who touched Sasha?
No music.
Who touched my gun?
Listen to the Foley.
Some people think they can outsmart me. Maybe.
Hero status.
Maybe. I've yet to meet one that can outsmart Bullet.
Okay, if he was a documentary filmmaker, good luck with that, trying to get all that focus put in. See how more carnage it sounds. Or epic it sounds. Okay, I love that one. The reason why I love that one so much is because they did a juxtaposition of using sound effects and then having nothing but diegetic sound. So now I understand it's more of a mockumentary style, or at least that one at least. Very documentary filmmaking, a bit more of an organic shoulder rig camera. Zooming in, even lost its focus a few points in there to make it feel organic. The music will tell us the time period of where we are, or the vibe of the world building that they're doing. There was no music, but we didn't need it. What they were also allowed was the character, I am the heavy weapon specialist. If there's no music in there, we hone into all the sound effects, the breathing, as well as the dialogue that they're saying. And so when they juxtapositioned it with all the loud crashing bang wallop of all the shooting, that's why that moment felt more epic. I think my favourite shot in that is the orbit strafe on him. The camera came tracking towards him very fast, came all the way up to his head, wide-angled lens, which elongated his head this way, and then it made the background all swirl out, and then it came out, or at least it was a 32mm, because by going in close you get to see the world building that it is, and he just looked like he was absolutely crazy. But the camera came from down below and up to him, which gave him more of a power status on screen. Yeah, more of a hero shot. And then it looked down at him, looking down at the rest of it, so he's the top of the castle looking down at everyone that else is inferior to him. But yeah, clever little camera positions in there that will make you feel a certain way and set up the character of how badass he is. I really like him, and I really like the first one. As a cold caller, they're the characters that I'd gravitate towards just by looking at these trailers. It's doing its job, isn't it? It's working on me. Right, who's the next one? Oh, music. Bop, 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 bop. More spy vibes. Whipping around, a little bit more cinematic now, not so documentary. How close we're in. Wow, shallow depth of field. Oh, yeah. Foreground elements to speed it up. Touch angle. Oh, mate, he's still running. Yeah, his legs. Meet the Scout.
I don't even know where to start with you. I mean, do you even know who you're talking to? Yo, what's up? Do you have any idea who I am? Basically, kind of a big deal. Oh man, that's beautiful.
Great.
You listening?
You're gonna bite him.
Grass grows, birds fly, sun shines, and brother, I hurt people. Boink! I'm a force of nature. Bonk! If you were from where I was from, you'd be f***ing dead. Woo!
I think that was the funniest though. He's got his sandwich. Is he going to be on the floor trying to get it still? Or is he out cold? No, his fingers. His little finger, little twitch at the end. The editing on that was sublime. That's what made that so badass. Set the character up, how badass he is. Real extreme close-up. I've noticed with these, they're always at like a certain time of day, aren't they? They're very low sun, great for casting shadows and texture on your scenes and shots. It made him look really badass because we had all these quick shots, shallow depth of field, as in the focus point, so all the background is all blurred. He was running really fast, looked absolutely badass, and then he came into the interview, the mockumentary style thing that they got going. Reminds me of like Superstore sort of comedy, and then it was the editing between him talking how badass he is and then backing it up. But what worked about it is you had all that music part at the beginning, and then the music buggered off and it was all nothing but diegetic sound, the sound of the world that we're in. So when he's talking and then he's screaming and he's talking, getting back to screen, it's those juxtapositions. That is comedic editing, and that one was brilliant. And then obviously just to show how badass the character is, he's eating his sandwich while he's laying on the guy at the end. I literally thought the bloke would be like starting to eat it still, but we already had that shot beforehand because he was kind of like reaching for his sandwich, and as he sort of like kicked him or stopped him. But yeah, that one at the moment is my favorite one. Okay, Carnage Maker. Oh, I thought we were having a flamethrower guy.
If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight. Sun Tzu said that.
Look at that foreground, background, background.
A little more about fighting than you do, pal, because he invented it.
Are they just dead heads?
It so that no living man could best him.
Heads that he's cut off or something. Oh no. Okay, camera's shaking. Yep. Much higher shutter angle. Make it more epic. Oh no, they've still got a 180-degree shutter angle.
His fight money to buy 2 of every animal on Earth. And then he herded them onto a boat, and then he beat the crap out of every single one.
Oh, mate, he's not scared that could blow up. See, look at that. Over the shoulder. Oh, I like that one.
And from that day forward, anytime a bunch of animals are together in one place, it's called a zoo.
I said so, didn't I?
Unless it's a farm.
These little bit of meat coming out the back. Comedic writing, comedy animation style with the big fat hands and all that lot. Great. I can see why you guys suggested that I check these out and why Team Fortress 2 fans love it as much as they do. It looks like a bloody fun game. Is it just PvP sort of game? Is that what it is? I can't imagine having like a campaign or anything like that. But great character development, and he was really good. What I loved about it, my favourite shot was the flamethrower guy at the beginning. And what made that work is as the camera was coming back, the flamethrower was coming forward towards the camera, and he looked really epic. The thing to take away from this trailer would be the action camera. Look how epic they made those shots. Really loud noises, really fast camera shaking all over the place to emphasize it. Remember, this fourth wall here is how we translate information to us. It's how directors or filmmakers, it's how they portray feelings, emotions, and how we should feel. That's what a good director or a good storyteller should do. You have to use the camera to make us feel a certain way, let alone the color, sound effects, and all that jazz. That worked. They wanted it looking epic, looking crazy. They did that. Very loud noises. Remember, sound effects or sound is 70% of the picture. Bang, 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 crash, bang, wallop. Then it went quiet. You honed in on his dialogue. Bop, 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 bop. Crash, bang, wallop again. And it was like bang forward, bang forward, bang forward. And it worked. And it really sort of set this character up to be, yeah, kind of a badass with that comedy value at the very end of him talking to the heads, which I knew it was. I just thought it was a framing thing. They had the foreground elements as the helmet, and then he was the mayground, and then he had the background. I thought, well, the way they're positioned, yes, they look underneath him, but knowing this, they're probably all cut off heads, for example, and that's exactly what it was. Meet the demo man.
What makes me
Mate, looks like The Rock.
demo man? If I were a bad demo man, I wouldn't be sitting here discussing it with you now, would I? Let's do it!
Okay, a little bit more, not as crazy as the soldier, but it's still epic.
One crossed wire, one wayward pinch of potassium chloride, one errant twitch.
Look at this dirty framing. Framed him with all the ammo and all that stuff, guns to him. Oh, that was nice. Crashing into explosives. Getting tighter and tighter on each cut of him. Drinking. Foreground, blur it.
I'm a black Scottish cyclops. They got more than they got the likes of me.
Did the guy who made this like that, or was that do it on purpose?
So proud, so cocksure, prancing up.
It's their faces.
Come and get me, I say. I'll be waiting on you with a
They look sadistic.
stone. I'm a grim-blooded fable with an unhappy bloody end. Oh, they're going to have to glue you
Hero
back
shot.
together in hell.
Nice. Almost a match cut there at the end. Lovely. These are fantastic. If I showed students this, I probably could show these to students, because if you want to write short stories or write characters that are really different, this is the kind of thing that you should do for your characters when story writing. You want to make like little trailers in your head, write down their world building or their backstory. So when you get confused about what that character's like in your writing that you want to do, this is what you have. It's basically a bit like a mood board for characters. It just really helps out. And he was great. I understood where he was from, the sort of mental state that he's in, but it's the fucking shots of their faces and their eyes like that. It's what makes me laugh. But I love the character though. I think he's fantastic. What they were doing here to make this video feel different from the others, it was a lot more moving trajectory, tracking the camera, punching forward towards something, running, get that out of the way, see explosives, a lot of dirty framing, so framing him when you're sitting there whinging and moaning, you know, doing his little monologue. Lots of coming up really close to the camera on a wide angle lens. If a subject comes really close like that, because this is wide angle lens, anything that comes really close to the camera will look more trippy. It looks more like there's more emotion to it, and that's exactly what I saw loads of this doing. You can see that because the way items are stretched out and the lens compression pushes it back. But yeah, another one, fantastic. I just realised something. My microphone, my orange setup here, this is the perfect video for me, isn't it? I'm clearly a team orange.
Intruder alert. Red spies in base.
Look at this. Whip, 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 whip.
Protect the briefcase.
We need to protect the briefcase.
A little help here?
I got it. Stand back, son.
Mate, the music is so loud on this.
What?
Hey, it's still here.
Gentlemen,
Meet the spy. He's one I think looks
see the
badass.
briefcase is safe.
Safe and
Yeah, it
sound.
is.
Look at his 5 o'clock shadow.
Did anyone happen to kill a red spy on the way here? No? Then we still have a problem.
And a knife.
Ooh, big problem. I killed plenty of spies. The dime a dozen backstabbing
Come up behind him.
scumbags.
Slit his
Like
throat.
you. Ow. No offense.
If you managed to kill them, I assure you they were not like me. And nothing,
See? Showing his skill.
nothing like the man loosed inside this building.
What are you, president of his
Camera
fan
low,
club?
looking up.
No. That would be your mother.
Wait,
Indeed. And now he's here to us. So listen up, boy. Or
Piano.
pornography starring your mother will be the second worst thing that happens to you today.
Oh,
give me that.
The spy has already.
This has got to be made for adults. Interesting. Going against his mirror self, setting up the scene. The music in there, backlit.
To our colleagues.
Look how much shadow is in this one. It's showing how badass he is, how serious the situation is. Beautiful. Love the God rays in there. Look at that noir lighting.
He could be any one of us.
Oh, what can you? Oh, that's a cool skill.
He could be in this
See,
very room.
Dutch
It
angled.
could be you. It could be me. It could even be.
whoa, whoa, whoa! What? It was obvious. He's the red spy. Watch, he'll turn red any second now. Any second.
Not showing it makes it more funny.
No, wait. That's blood.
So, we still got problem.
He faked it by cutting himself.
Right. Who's ready
Brilliant
to
use
find
of misdirection.
spy?
Right behind you.
How bassy that was. And you can still hear it. Ah, my love.
Ma petit chauffeur.
That was really good. Oh my god. Using the spy's capabilities to misdirect us actually within the writing itself. Bravo. I thought that was really, really well done. I mean, little subtle details of him cutting himself and then playing into the character, and so there's the big reveal at the end, and using the own enemy type, because we set up our character, or our spy, the blue spy, whatever it was, really well, but he was selling the red spy to make him sound even better. But yeah, I really like that one. Great use of lighting as well. A lot more shot from the back, as in shooting from the shadow side. When I say shooting from the shadow side, I literally mean you are shooting in the shadows. So if you're doing interviews, for example, and your lighting is 45 degrees from the back, you would shoot on the darker side, not the lighter side, and it always looks more cinematic and it just looks more sexy visually. Loads of that in there. Great use of noir lighting as well across here. You want to do that yourself, shine a light on the subject and put something in the way, or bounce it off a mirror and put like tape or board and things like that. You can do it. There's loads of ways you can create that yourself, but it really plays well into this character. Yeah, mate, these are fucking fantastic, aren't they? That's quite a long one, that last one, wasn't it?
Come on, come on, almost.
Wow, this is more like a movie. This. Meet the medic. Brilliant.
Gets better. When the patient woke up, his skeleton was missing, and the doctor was never heard from again. Anyway, that's how I lost.
They're large hands.
Archimedes! No! It's filthy in there. Ugh. But no, most hearts withstand this voltage.
Utterly ridiculous.
I'm very certain your heart.
What was noise?
The sound of progress, my friend. Perfect. Kill me later. Where was I? There we go.
This is so ridiculous. I love it. It's silly, and I'm so invested in the world. And using a pigeon to sell that move was great.
That looks good. Very nice there.
Should I be awake for this?
Well, no. But as long as you are, could you hold your rib cage open a bit? I can't seem. Ah! Oh, don't be such a baby. Ribs grow back? No, they don't.
It's very much like the Frankenstein, isn't it, sort of thing. Oh shit!
What happens now?
Now? Let's go practice medicine.
Oh wow, they very much looks like the crazy scientist. Actually, it looks almost evil out of all of them. Oh mate, he looks like a Ghostbuster. Smoke in air, using foreground elements to pigeons. Is that why they're making this battle scene look very German? German-esque, like World War II. Mate, he even shoots a laser like a fucking Ghostbuster. Okay, they're keeping it within the game world. Look at that, crash zooms in there. Look how epic it was. They were backlit.
Are you sure this will work?
Yeah, man, this is done like World War II. Oh, dude, he's gone like supersonic. Okay, sold him. Hero shot being down, coming through the smoke. Low angles, orbit strafing around. And the music really... Oh wow, here's those pigeons again. Oh, I like that. The way that he was at the back and then they rolled him in.
Good. Nice there. Yes.
Hey, thanks, Doc. Oh, man. You would not believe how much this hurts. Archimedes?
That had to be inspired by Indiana Jones. The reason why I say that is the whole World War II vibe mixed in there with the crazy scientist. Literally, there was parts in there, the way the Doctor was and everything, and the way the lighting was. It's very much mixed with like a Frankenstein and that Indiana Jones vibe, because I could really see it. I was like, oh shit, just the way the angles are, the way he was lit, the way he was done. He's the bad guy, the real bad guy in it. But I really like that. What great use of the setting, like the beginning. Low lighting from the back. A lot of World War II films, how they show it is it's always very dark, that low key lighting. They put the heavy key light, which means main light source, in the far distance and below something. Either it's blocked by buildings, in this case it was blocked by hills, and what that does is create a big light source in the air, but it allows you to play in the shadows, if that makes sense. And that's kind of why it gave that World War II vibe very, very quickly when they hit the battlefield. Lots of hero shots, as I discussed in there. He very much went like the crazy scientist who's mental to very much the evil one that's secretly in charge. And I got all of that from the music, the close-up shots, and the character nuances, more on the later side of it. And the way they also did him in the background as well, on the main title card at the end. He was at the back, very close to him, smiling, then it jumped out and jumped out and jumped out again, but he's very well lit, so it's almost like, look at him in the background, he's actually the one that you want to be afraid of. And I got all of that conveyed in their sort of hidden messaging. Fantastic, really well done, that one. Meet the Pyro. See, I'm going to like this one, I think. Great. Great. The flame came towards the camera. He also followed up. Particle effects. Very cinematic lighting.
It scares me.
Very nice, this one. Stylistic wise, this one I'm sold.
Talking about that freak, all right?
This is the most cinematic one so far because it's all backlit.
How do we get this fucking thing off?
Look at that, all these orange lenses in there, as in gels and things like that.
One shudders to imagine what inhuman thoughts lie behind that mask.
He's on the orange side, they're on the white side. That's your teal blue.
Chronic
Teal and orange.
cruelty.
And there's a comedy. Juxtaposition right in here. This is one of your 6 C's of storytelling. Conflict on the page. God, this is the most mental one. He went for the most beautiful visually to the horror. Oh, look how crazy he is, but cocking his head like that. What a strange one. Punching out from his chest. And the hat. Again, it's all about the trajectory of the camera. That was crazy good. Well, I say that, for me personally, it had the most sexiest lighting with the beginning and all the horror vibes. And what it's really interesting actually, so if we're looking at lighting here, it's all very low-key lighting. Low-key lighting means very heavy use on the shadows, as in the contrast, making the most of the darker parts of it, yeah? So it's a low-key lighting, a lower look. You're using the shadows to shape your characters and describe the world. That's exactly what that was. It was all backlit, looked very cinematic, made it look scary, using the oranges in there, fantastic, beautiful. Then you juxtaposition it to the make-believe magic land, what is in his head. That's what they call a high key lighting. High key lighting means the back light is as strong or as bright as the front light. It has a much more wrapped around look, and it is a very bright essence. And that's why you're able to immediately go, other than all the rainbows and fairies and things like that that you saw in our unicorns, that's how you're immediately like, whoa, to, oh, okay, it's two very different stylized looks put together. So when they are together, there's that juxtaposition, and that's kind of why it works. The other thing that I really liked in the horror scene was the heavy use of teal and orange. Teal and orange is the main color that you kind of see on your films. Nowadays, it's most popular. Teal in the shadows. So shadows all around, it's got the bluer tint. You put the orange sometimes on the lighting when it's sort of like sunsets. If not, you put it actually in the skin tones. That's the orange and the teal. And I don't mean like Oompa Loompa style, but when you watch anything like Michael Bay, for example, he makes the skin tones, there's much more of an orange tint to it. Everyone looks like they've been sun kissed, you know, they've been on the beaches, and then you've got the teal in the back. Then you add in is a white light, which is 5500 Kelvin, and then that's how you get those three colors. And he had all of that in there, and that was the most filmic one, I think, when it comes to visually. Great way of making it look like horror as well in the lower key lightings. But as a story though, it was a bit far beyond me, a bit like, oh, I liked it, but I don't love it. Like, and the reason being is it's too much of breaking the world. It's the same as the Doctor one. That one did the same thing. Like, I like them, but I don't love them. I like the ones that are very grounded, even though they're utterly ridiculous and they can be crazy, but it's still believable in the world that they're doing. That one is like too far gone for me to actually fully enjoy, but then that's just my personal opinion. Is there a thing about sandwiches with this? Sandwich? Is it all told from
Stop right where you are. That is
a sandwich's perspective?
He's getting away. Do not let him get to the rape.
Don't do it, pal.
Do not do it.
Hey, you listening? Just. Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Nothing but diegetic sound. No music.
Oh my blood!
You call that breaking my spine? You red team ladies wouldn't know how to break a spine. My spine!
Fuck me, that was not 70% of the picture, that was nearly all the picture, wasn't it? Oh, again, comes really in orbit, strafes around. Like, again, what the hell?
Checkpoint!
Clearly, looking at these, they've played their ace cards definitely at the beginning, and then they're like, let's just get more crazier and crazier and crazier. The last three are the weakest. Let's be real. Like, they're funny. Like, the scientist was fantastic setting up what it was trying to do, but the fucking sandwich, what is that? Like an edible health pack or something that you can find around or something in there. The best shot in all that is that, again, and it looked very, very similar to a previous shot, even looked like the same location. I would have said they just copy and pasted it from the previous video. When he's shooting, the camera came up to the subject, orbit strafed around him, background was compressed a little bit so it looks like it's moving faster, and then it came round. It looked identical. I would have said it, if you put them, overlaid the two together, they would be a match, other than he's swapped out a gun with a sandwich. But this is a great example if you're learning film, that is, or want to understand film. 70% of your picture is sound, because that was just a one static shot, so it's on sticks, well, in this case just mounted to the wall or a fridge, looking at a sandwich, and then the sound effects of the world, no music in there. It literally was just diegetic sound. Again, that's the sound of the world to make us really listen in. And then obviously their story unfolds. Oh, don't do that, don't do that. And then he grabs it, and then it cuts out to the world where the sandwich is being used in the real world. Like, it's great, it does the job, but as a package, I feel like the last three probably could have been sprinkled throughout, because the beginning lot were by far my favorite and much stronger. I think, if I'm being honest, my favorite two have got to be The Spy, purely because of the lighting, the techniques that they were using in there, and the storytelling of misdirection. I love that. And is it the guy from Brooklyn or something? The one with the baseball bat, the juxtaposition in the editing and the comedic value coming from the editing. And that's one where he was beating him, then he was screaming, and it was him talking, then it was him screaming. Those two by far are my favorite. I think these are fantastic. I can totally understand why you guys loved them so much, and why they've probably stood the test of time, because of the style that they've gone for, the visual editing and kinetic editing, and just the actual overall storytelling, and three, the wackiness of it, because it just really sets up this game or the theme or the world building just beautifully. So there you have it. That was my reaction to all the trailers to Meet the Team, or the Meet the Team video for Team Fortress 2. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I absolutely love these. I definitely think I'll probably use these to show to students just as an example of character development. I just thought they were fantastic. But yeah, thank you so much guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you on the next gaming franchise, whatever that may be. See you later. Bye-bye.
First time,